Hey there, I'm Steve, co-founder of the world's only online course dedicated to English for construction. Today, we're focusing on how to ace your interview for the role of construction manager, a critical leadership position on any job site. In this episode, you'll learn what a construction manager really does on a daily basis, the top interview questions you'll likely face, how to craft effective answers using the STAR method, practical tips to present yourself with confidence and clarity. Just a quick heads up, the samples I'll share are general, so make sure to adapt them to the company and position you're applying for. Every workplace had its own way of doing interviews, so staying flexible and doing a bit of research will help you stand out for all the right reasons. Okay, let's dive in. Segment 1. The role of a construction manager. A construction manager is not just a site leader. You're the conductor of the orchestra, coordinating contractors, engineers, safety, materials, costs, and time, all while keeping clients happy. Typical responsibilities include managing daily construction activities and schedules, ensuring safety, quality, and progress standards are met, leading subcontractors and resolving site issues promptly, reporting progress and risks to investors or project directors, making decisions based on costs, contract conditions, and timelines. Must-have skills: strong leadership and team coordination, contract administration and change order handling, budget tracking and scheduling tools like MS Project, Primavera, deep knowledge of local laws, codes, TCVAN, or whatever, and international best practices. Segment 2. Common interview questions and sample answer structures. Let's break down the key question types you face and how to respond with confidence. Question 1. Walk me through how to manage the daily progress of a large-scale construction project. Sample answer structure. Each morning, I begin with a toolbox meeting to align subcontractors and highlight safety or technical risks. I then work the site with the site engineers and supervisors, comparing actual progress against the 3rd week and 1 week look-ahead schedules. Using tools like MS Project and Excel-based tracking sheets, I monitor key activities and manpower allocation. If I spot any delays, say in rebar delivery, I escalate early and initiate a contingency plan like resequencing activities. I send a daily report to stakeholders by 5 p.m., covering productivity, safety, weather, and planned versus actual progress. Question 2. How do you handle design discrepancies discovered during construction? Sample STAR answer. S. On a 10-story residential project, we discovered the drainage slope in the as-built drawing didn't match actual site levels. T. My task was to resolve it without delaying the floor pour scheduled in 2 days. A. I immediately called the coordination meeting with the architect, structural engineer, and MEP consultant. I proposed rerouting the slope without compromising ceiling clearance or floor thickness. Or the team approved the modification the same day, and we kept the pour schedule without cost impacts. B. Behavioral questions. Leadership, conflict. Question 3. Tell me about a time you managed a conflict between subcontractors. Sample SDAR answer. S. On a mixed-use project, our MPP and ceiling subcontractors clashed over installation access. Each blamed the other for delay. T. SCM. I had to resolve the issue while keeping the master's schedule on track. A. I reviewed both scopes, conducted a joint site inspection, and mediated a phased installation plan. Ducts first, followed by ceiling. R. Work resumed smoothly in 48 hours, and both parties appreciated the clarity and compromise. Question 4. Describe how you motivate your team under pressure. Sample answer structure. I believe visibility and recognition drive motivation. When we're behind schedule, I organize short stand-up meetings to realign and break down targets into manageable goals. I publicly recognize crews that meet targets and always stay on site during crunch hours. I also coordinate with HR or procurement for small memorable boosters, like cold drinks and overtime meals. During a recent hospital build, this helped us finish final commissioning 3 days ahead of deadline, despite working 12-hour shifts. C. Situational questions. Question number 5. What would you do if the project is delayed due to late material delivery? Sample answer. Logic flow. Immediate step. First, I'd verify the actual delay duration or the critical path impact. Options. If materials can't arrive in time, I'll check alternative sources, even local temporary suppliers for short-term work. Resequencing. Meanwhile, I rearrange non-dependent activities to keep teams productive, such as internal works or site preparation. Communication. I'd inform the client, update the schedule, and log all changes for contractual transparency. Question 6. How would you handle a serious safety violation by a subcontractor? Sample SDAR answer. During a 20-floor high-rise, I noticed scaffold workers not wearing full PPE. T. SCM. I had to enforce HSE compliance without alienating the subcontractor. A. I halted the activity immediately, issued a non-compliance notice, and conducted a toolbox briefing the next morning. R. The subcontractor improved PPE compliance across all their teams, from the safety audit the next week. D. Communication and experience. Question 7. What tools do you use for progress tracking and client updates? Simple answer. I use MS Project or Primavera P6 for master schedules. For visual updates, I prefer Power BI dashboards and daily drone captures. I also maintain a shared folder with weekly photo reports, RFI logs, and milestone charts. For client meetings, I prepare a Gantt summary with 3-week look ahead, highlight risks, and propose mitigation options in advance. Question 8. How do you ensure quality across all trades on site? Sample SDAR answer. S. On an office project, we had inconsistent plastering work by different subcontractors. T. My goal was to maintain uniform quality and reduce rework. A. I introduced the first-off sample process, We signed off one room as a reference, trained the plastering teams, and had QA QC inspect twice daily. Our rework dropped by 60%, and the client complimented the finish quality during handover. STAR method recap. Let's quickly review the STAR formula. S. Situation. What was happening? T. Task. What was your responsibility? A. Action. What steps did you take? R. Result. What was the measurable outcome? You can apply this to any real experience you've had. Just keep it honest, specific, and relevant. Final tips for construction manager interviews. Number 1. Know your numbers. Delays, budgets, and productivity KPIs. Bring samples. Ask curves, schedules, or your handover checklist. Number 3. Show leadership. Not just what you did, but how you influenced teams. 4. Ask insightful questions. For example, what's your preferred procurement model? Or how do you define success on a complex project? Number 5. Follow up professionally. Send a short thank you note within 2-3 key points from the interview. Okay, that's it for today's episode of Construction Interview Hacks for Construction Manager. If you are preparing for a construction manager role, replay this episode, write down your STAR answers, and rehearse them aloud. Thanks for joining me today. Subscribe and stay tuned for more career-focused episodes, just for construction professionals. Until next time, stay sharp and build strong. Bye-bye.